Ready? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good evening. I don't know. Well, good evening, 6 o'clock p.m. I hope everybody is well. Welcome to our regular scheduled board meeting tonight. The time is 6:01 p.m. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
VP Bowman. Present. I'm present. Trustee Dewey.
Present.
Trustee Gross.
Present.
President Hannah.
Present.
Trustee Miller.
Present.
Treasurer Terry.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to make an amendment to the agenda under our regular working agenda for discussion and action to add 2 trustee board compensation for March 2025.
Support.
It's been moved by Trustee Dooley, supported by VP Bowman, to amend the agenda to add for discussion and action 2 trustees board compensation for March 2025. Any questions? Roll call.
Who seconded? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Dewey.
Yes.
Trustee Gross.
Yes.
President Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Treasurer Terry.
Yes.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
That passes 7-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to accept the approved amended agenda?
Support.
It's been moved by Trustee Dooley and supported by Trustee Gross to approve the amended agenda to add the discussion and action items. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Trustee Dewey.
Yes.
Trustee Gross.
Yes.
President Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Treasurer Terry.
Yes.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
And I'm voting yes. That passes 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. Moving down to awards and recognition. Dr. Leverett, the meeting is yours.
No bags? Come on. Right. You should have to work there, but you shouldn't go up there now.
Since there's no bags, we want to go ahead.
No bags tonight.
So,
Ready? Ready? All right. I got it. Thank you, baby.
Thank you, President Hannah. Good evening, trustees. Good evening to our staff, our students, our family, and friends. We are very excited this evening. We are going to recognize Pontiac High School's girls soccer team. This certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Nicole Esvedo in recognition of your participation on the history-making 2025 Pontiac High School girls soccer team. The team took home its first ever OAA Gold Division League title and secured this year's Gold Cup Tournament Championship. Congratulations on an outstanding year. Okay, please hold your applause until everyone is recognized.
Nicole?
Isabella Alcantara. Priscilla Alcantara. Samantha Alvarado. Gabrielle Coronado. Is Samantha here? Gabrielle? Oh, okay, great. Gabriella.
There she is. Congratulations.
Valeska Erzo. Valeska. Jelena Garcia. Jelena. Leslie Garcia Hernandez. Geraldine Guzman. Ariana Lozano. Jaslyn Lee. Chantel Martinez. Here's Jasmine. Laura Mendoza. Laura. Yara Ortiz. Yara. Leslie Perez.
We can take a picture. I guess we can.
Deyanara Ponce. Here she is. Catherine Portillo. Catherine.
Totally. We're waiting to have to go.
Angela Prada. Angela. Alien Sasuedo Rodriguez. Joanny Romero Otero. Joanny. Chantel Solis Davila. Chantel. Danielle Tellez. Danielle. Okay. Yes. In recognition, Coach, of your leadership, we thank you. Wes Greco, in recognition of your leadership as head coach of the history-making 2025 Pontiac High School girls soccer team. The team took home its first ever OOA Gold Division League title and secured this year's Gold Cup Tournament Championship. Congratulations, Coach. Thank you for an outstanding year. Thank you. Oh, okay, great. Jean-Pierre? Jean-Pierre, thank you and congratulations. We appreciate your leadership so much.
They should be in there. Hi.
Oh, this is,
Proud of y'all. They should be in there.
oh, right. Okay, we'll take a picture. This is a proud moment. Please give our students another round of applause. And we want to thank you. Thank you to the parents. Thank you to the parents. Applause for you all. Just thank you, everyone, for wrapping your arms around these students. We'll see them bring it home again next year. This is awesome. Thank you so much. We'll take a photo now.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, we got 5 years. Yeah. Great. While we give the other ones there.
Yeah, they're just gonna put them on.
Yeah, over there.
Oh, I've just seen it going.
You got the right one? You got the right one, baby. Wait, we gotta put the championship shirts on.
Wes.
Cool, you got your names in the back?
Who I'm getting on here? He's me.
Can you see this camera right here? This is the one that
We're still finishing that. These are the ones, yes, right? Yep.
we wait on Doc. Wait on Doc. Got some more? Who else? Anybody else? Basketball coach. Right there? Okay. Good, Frank.
Winners on three. One, two, three.
Hey, Wes.
Such a hater.
All right. That could possibly work. They don't need to see us, right?
Okay, next we would like to recognize the 8th grade boys basketball team, Oakland Activities Association League champions. Okay. Okay. This certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Caden Covington in recognition of your participation on the 2025 Pontiac Middle School 8th grade basketball team. The team secured a back-to-back Oakland Activities Association League championship title with a 26-0 record. That's a 26-0 record. Congratulations on an outstanding year. Antoine Craig. Antoine. Jermaine Hall. Jermaine. Jameer Lyles. Jameer. Samaj Parker Smith. Antonio Robinson. Caleb Seawright.
Caleb.
Jadari Sharp Blair. Not here. Jaden Theodore. DeAndre Hall.
Coach.
Oh, Coach Hall.
Another coach not here.
And the other coach is not here, but I'm going to turn this over to A.D. Covington, who has done an outstanding job with our athletics department, and we are excited to see what you do in the near future. We thank you, A.D. Covington, and appreciate your leadership.
I just want to say congratulations to these guys. This 8th grade boys basketball team finished this year with a record of 14-0. To finish an undefeated second consecutive year while becoming back-to-back Oakland Activities Association League champions, earning a 2-year record of 26 wins and 0 losses. Over that time, these boys scored 1,663 points for an average of 64 points per game, while holding their opponents to only 728 points for a margin of 36 points per game. Finally capping off the success with an exciting victory over Avondale Middle School of 70-38.
Wow.
Kaden Covington, Caleb C. Wright, if y'all step forward, Jameer Lyles. These three young men were a part of both teams. They played 8th grade as 7th graders and then returned as team captains this year and led them to another undefeated season.
No, we're gonna do some more. But before Dr. Leverett gets started with the next group, to our 8th grade basketball players and our girls soccer team, if you guys want to leave now, you can. We don't want to make you have to sit through our whole meeting, but you are more than welcome to stay. You're welcome. I did.
Go Pontiac.
It's like,
Bye, Liz.
How you doing?
and that's how we do that.
We did one. Stupid.
Yes. Sonia, come. Yes, come on. Yes. Yes. Okay, next we would like to recognize our Pontiac High School STAMP students under the leadership of Dr. Alicia. Thank you, Dr. Alicia. He is going to assist us along with Ms. Sonia Sanchez, who continues to do a fantastic job with all of our ELL department. This certificate of distinction is proudly presented to Gabriela Sanchez Fernandez in recognition of earning the Global Seal of Biliteracy Proficiency through the STAMP test. Your ability to communicate through reading, writing, listening, and speaking in 2 different languages offers many new horizons and opportunities. Congratulations, Gabriela. Jerson Pavan. Zumuel Lopez. Thomas Melgargero. Tomas. Francisco Vasquez Silva. Francisco.
Can I say something about Francisco?
Oh, yes.
Francisco also has been elected as this year's valedictorian from Pontiac High School, so.
Awesome. Christina Gamez Diaz. Esteban Aldonada Hernandez. Gerardo Jacintos Texta. Gerardo Jose Lima. Jarrell Ramirez. Jarrell Gabriela Coriano Melendez. Jonathan De La Rosa. Yostin Arizano Moreno. Rafael Garcia Morales. Manuel Aldana Hernandez. And I really want to give this opportunity to you, Dr. Alicia, and to celebrate you. If you could please have a few words just to explain how important and significant this is to our school district, as well as the impact that it has on our school, our students, and this community. Oh, go ahead, Dr.
I do want to thank you for this opportunity. Being bilingual is something that should be celebrated in this country. We have a growing number of bilingual population, and our students now having the seal of biliterate is going to open a lot of doors for them for employment, and also just to be sensitive for the people that are in this country. So I do really recognize them and appreciate. Some of them have just been here less than a year and received this award, so I'm very proud of them.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Alicia. Thank you, thank you. What is her name, Dr. Alicia? We have her certificate. We have hers.
Suleiman Lopez. Yes.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. You're good.
Oh, man, I used to do the announcing. When I was announcing, so I had. Come on, Doc.
We'll figure it out. Andrea?
I'm good on this. Doc, who we at? We got one more come. Oh, go, come on. See her face. Yes. She's trying to hide.
Thank you.
Yes. We have one more, so wait a second. This next young lady that you are going to hear from Miss Andrea Berry, she needs no introduction. Ms. Carmen Guzman. We would like to recognize, this organization wanted to recognize Carmen and all of her efforts, and we certainly ditto everything. Carmen, you exemplified the empathy, the love, the understanding, the patience, the support, the fortitude, the vision of what it takes to really connect with all of our community, and you exemplify what inclusiveness and care really mean, and it's what we all strive for in this district, to make sure that all of our kids have a high level of care. And I know it can get stressful sometimes, Carmen, but you still do it all with a smile, and I just want to thank you publicly. We really, really do appreciate you, and at this time, I will turn it over to Miss Andrea Berry. Andrea.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight to present the Oakland County Support Staff Person of the Year Award to Carmen Guzman. This award is a long-standing tradition in Oakland County. It was first awarded in 1990. Nominees for this award are exemplary employees who serve in support positions like transportation, maintenance, clerical, food service, or classroom support. And nominees are not only active in their schools, but their communities as well. They're recognized for going above and beyond and creating a supportive learning environment in their schools and in their districts. The comments that we saw in Carmen's nomination clearly demonstrate this, and I'd like to share a couple of those comments that helped us select her as a winner of this award. First, Carmen stands out as an exceptional school support person due to her unwavering dedication, extensive knowledge, and remarkable skills. Her commitment to her role is evident in her willingness to go beyond her regular administrative duties to support the bilingual and Hispanic communities. She possesses a deep understanding of the unique challenges faced by ELL students and their families, and using this knowledge to advocate for their needs effectively. Another comment was, from the very beginning, I knew there was absolutely something unique about this individual. If a heart could literally be made of gold, that's how I would describe Carmen's. She's one of the most benevolent, considerate, and nurturing persons I've ever encountered. So on behalf of the Oakland Schools Education Foundation and Oakland Schools, congratulations, Carmen.
Yes, we'll take the test.
Thank you. Really, really thank you. I mean, 25 years in the school district. I wouldn't want to work any other place. Not every day is good. Some days are very difficult. Some others are impossible. But I love this community. I love you all. I love every single person, like Dr. Leverett, my boss, all the people that works with me. And I'm very honored for this. Very humbly, I say thank you. I work for you, Pontiac School District, but I work for God too. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna take a picture of you. That's my girl, man. We go back. Way back.
Don't be a stranger. You want to work
You just been hating all night.
All right, you calling me up. Thank you, Dr. Leverett. Moving down, good evening again, trustees. Good to see you tonight. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda items, please?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by VP Bowman and supported by Treasurer Terry to approve consent agenda items. Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Gross.
Yes.
President Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee Terry.
Yes.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. And Trustee Dooley.
Yes.
That passes 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. Information from the superintendent and administration, Dr. Leverett.
Thank you. At this time, we'll turn it over to Thomas Henry for a SFE food service report. Thomas.
Looks like they didn't tip the normal.
Took it somewhere.
It's not open there already. Just tell me when you want me to, I think, and if it doesn't work.
Oh, that was old. May 2nd through May 4th, Mackinac Island. Yeah, I saw that.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time today. I'm Thomas Henry, the General Manager for Food Service. This is
Good evening,
Evolve. And this is Jackie over here. So just want to give you a review of our year, the things that we've done. So right now, like I said, we're doing our employee engagement. So each month we do Employee of the Month celebrations. We celebrate them with a plaque, give them a gift card or buy them lunch for the day. Also our milestone anniversaries. So last year we had Rosie, who celebrated 50 years. This year we have Deborah Milton, who celebrated 40 years. So I think that's a huge accomplishment. So we make sure that we celebrate them. As you see, she got a sachet, a crown, you know, and then we do our monthly safety and standards trainings as well. Also, we have opportunities for growth and development through ADP and ServSafe. So all our team leads at each school are ServSafe certified managers, which means that they're approved to serve safe food in all our kitchens. Also, we do our holiday gatherings every year for Christmas. And then we have our school lunch hero week that we celebrate all our lunch ladies. Give them t-shirts, we give them tote bags. We have the students fill out little cartoons for all the ladies to be celebrated during that week. Each month we try to do a celebration. We had National Burger Day, National Quesadilla Day. We have special treats for Fall Count Day, so we try to partner with the district by having special treats as far as chocolate chip cookies, chocolate brownies to incite the kids to come in for the day as well. And then we did the Michigan Apple Crunch. That was October 17th. We celebrated all the different apples that are made in Michigan by local farmers. We also did the Ritz Blitz. It's a green box machine presentation by Stephen Ritz. He's a Bronx educator from the Bronx who goes around and teaches kids how to plant gardens in their communities. Really huge on, self-made food, things that are healthy snacks for the kids. We did the Spring Count Cookie Day, St. Patrick's Day, the National School Breakfast Week, and then we did the Books and Bagels at the middle school. We also did Pie Day, 314. We have pies for all the kids for that. Opening day, it was a theme park for the Tigers. All our ladies wore Tigers gear. We had ballpark food as far as hot dogs, nachos, pizzas, things of that nature. We did National Banana Day, celebrated bananas, the health benefits. We had banana muffins for breakfast as well on that day. And then for the SAT breakfast, we made sure all the students had hot breakfast at the high school. We did sherbet at Frost for all the pre-K kids, celebrating them as well too. Our community involvement, we did the homecoming parade, the bullying prevention month. All our ladies wore orange, celebrating that as well. Obviously the trunk or treat, we served over 2,000 hot dogs for the day. And then breast cancer awareness month, we all make sure that we supported that, wearing our pink throughout the month. We did Thanksgiving meals in the cafeterias, Thanksgiving meals within the community. We did Black History programs with the Project Excel, served the kids after that. And then the kindergarten roundup at Frost as well. Our catered events, we did a convocation every year at the beginning of the school year. We've done the board meetings, academic town halls. We did partnerships, breakfasts. We did the board retreats. We also did the coffee and conversations with Dr. Leverett. We did the Owen Elementary Parent Engagement Night. And then for the basketball playoffs, we served and catered meals each day as the team advanced. The Roving Chef. The Roving Chef is a program that offers hands-on cooking experience for the kids. Our district chef, Kevin LaFave, together he and the students work to make dishes that are healthy with simple ingredients that I can easily duplicate at home. So in September, we did at Walt Whitman, learn how to make cat in the hat strawberry yogurt parfaits. You see in the pictures there. During the month of October, we did pizzas at the students at Kennedy to make personal pan pizzas for them. We did decorated cooking. In December, we did cookie decorations at all elementary schools with the sugar cookies. They were able to put frosting and sprinkles on them. Had a great time doing that. These are pictures here at multiple elementary schools. This one here is from Owens Elementary. This one here is at Walt Whitman. And this here is at Alcott. So we was able to do the cookie decoration before they did their huge, big concert at the school. We did a Rover Chef at WHRC with a broccoli salad that went over real well. Had the broccoli, we had cheese, we had onions, and a creamy dressing. So if you never had a broccoli salad, trust me, it's really good, and the kids enjoy making it. So. School enhancements, we got stanchions at the middle school to expand service line and increase offerings. Dry erase boards at the middle school at WHRC to showcase, highlight the variety of foods that we're offering. Also, we have new equipment grant that we received. We purchased 3 milk coolers and 2 freezers. And then we also had addition of breakfast carts at the middle school and high school to increase the participation for breakfast at those schools as well. The Fresh Fruits and Vegetable Program. So this is a program that's been going on for a while. So this year we was granted $160,000 in grant money for that. So it's a way for us to offer different offerings for the elementary students at each school. So right now we're at a point where we're giving them 3 different offerings per week. So these are our student surveys at the elementary schools. We got QR codes for the middle school and high school. That should be completed by the end of this week. That we'll send over to Dr. Leverett. These are our meal counts. So we've increased meal counts by 8,000 from this year, from last year to this year. And the biggest thing with that is, utilizing the POS system, but then also just being staffed and training everybody to know how to count, use the count sheets, and use the POS system. So we have a really good system in place right now. So just looking forward to getting the high school open because that'll increase even more. So, and this is for Peace. So, the biggest thing for us with Peace going to WHRC is being able to give them more options. The kitchen's a lot bigger. We have more ovens. We have steamers with a pizza oven, walk-in coolers. So we'll be able to give them a lot more offerings, different offerings, and also more quality fresh food for them over there as well. What's next for us? The high school, middle school surveys that we talked about, a bunch of field days that are coming up the first week of June, the summer program feeding, which we're ready for, and then reopen the high school. Utilize a new high school kitchen and a service space that's over there. Thank you for your partnership.
Yeah, we can Thank you. Yeah, we'll open it up for comments from the trustees.
Are you ready? I'm ready.
All right, go ahead. Trustee Gross.
Thank you. I want to commend you because I went to a few of those events and you were out there working so much you were sweating. And to be the manager of this, we see your presence. And the best time I had was at Walt Whitman Thanksgiving. And remember,
oh yes,
and to see those kids' faces and how hard you guys were out there working. I mean, you were literally out there working. And those kids were so happy. And I'm like, that's some of the best turkey and dressing I done had. And it was real. It wasn't the process. And they were out there and they had other companies there doing, was it the frosty thing or something?
Yeah, the slushy, the smoothie.
Oh, man. And and we were just talking how we see a difference, and I'm not condemning or talking about anybody, but to see you being a part of this as the manager of this and your commitment, it tells a lot about what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you, and we see why these numbers have changed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Secretary Davis Smith.
I just wanted to thank you guys as well, because you have improved tremendously for me as someone that's in food service. And my question was, were you guys able to cut down on waste?
Yes, we were.
You were.
Yes, we were. So the biggest thing with that is just really getting accurate enrollment numbers and then seeing consistently what we're serving day in and day out. So being able to have an average of what that is, we've been able to cut down on waste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Miller, did you have anything? No?
No, I just thank you for what you do for our students, especially incorporating the part of the vegetables and the healthy eating habits. So thank you for incorporating that at a young age for our kids.
Yeah. Treasurer Terry, did you have anything?
First off, thank you for the presentation. Good information, and I'm enjoying all the slides where you're getting active and getting involved with the students, the community as well, and then just having the awards and appreciation gifts and everything. I think that's a big plus. I think that's a big positive. So I would say continue to do that as well. I know last time you guys presented, I know there were some other concerns and stuff as well. With the way things are now, and I know you got a lot of systems in place now, what are some of your biggest challenges that you're kind of facing right now?
For us, honestly, the biggest thing is getting the high school open. I just feel bad for the high school kids that we're really only able to offer the same food day in and day out because we don't have an opportunity to cook fresh food over there at the high school. So for us, it's really getting the high school open, being able to give the kids an opportunity to eat, fresh, hot food on an everyday basis.
Okay. And then I'm assuming staffing-wise?
We're staffed. We're ready to go.
You're 100% staffed now?
100%.
Okay, because I know that was a struggle before as well. And then I think the other thing was regarding the meals. I don't know if you have any numbers right now, but if you can put some together, maybe get those back to me later. Regarding to, I guess, what's actually on the calendar to be served for that day or that week versus changing that up and always having to keep replacing it with something different. I've heard that there's been some struggles with that within some of the schools. So I don't know how that's impacted or if this is a supplier issue or,
Well, some of it's supplier issues. I think some of it also would be we add to the menu. So I tell my ladies to make sure that you serve what's on the menu, but being able to add to the menu as well, too. So I'll make sure that I follow up with that just to make sure that we're following the menu for sure.
Okay. Other than that, I think I'm good for now.
All right. Thank you. No problem.
Yeah. Anything else? VP Bowman?
Thank you for all that you all do. It has food service has definitely changed over the past few years, and to see that our children now have fresh options and different things to try and expand their food palette, that's a wonderful thing that they can say, I learned it at school, I tried something new, and not just in the classroom. So thank you for that experience for our children.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything else? Great.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
You good? Trustee Dooley?
Oh, okay.
Well, I ditto the comments of all of my colleagues.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Leverett.
Thank you. At this time, I'll turn it over to Brian Sherman, CTE Supervisor, and Mr. Raymond Kaufman, Pontiac High School Aviation Faculty Member, for their aviation presentation. As the Career and Technical Education Department continues to grow, this presentation will update the Board of Education and administrators on the first-year progress and more information about what the aviation program and Phoenix Flight Center are at Pontiac High School. If you have not had an opportunity to go and speak with Mr. Kaufman, we are very lucky to have him. He's quite engaging and has an interesting background and perspective that he brings to our students in Pontiac School District. So at this time, Mr. Sherman and Mr. Kaufman, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Leverett. Good evening, board members. This will give you the update on the state of the aviation program now that we are almost 1 year into this. So next slide, please. So a little bit about this program for some of our newer board members. Next slide, please. Is the beginning of a 4-year program that is being launched in year 1 sequence. Will go to 4 years before we get our first true cohort of students going through this program. Next slide, please. So this program was created during the 23-4 year for the launch during the 24-5 to address one of the needs in Oakland County and truly southeastern Michigan, because we are not the only one that is creating an aviation program. I know Wayne County is heavily looking at this. There's going to be a big need very soon for not only private pilots as well as drone operators, engineers to keep these planes in the skies. And we have a company within miles of the district that is a big player in that. So this program resides under the Aeronautics, Aviation, and Aerospace Science and Technology State-Approved Program from the State Department of Education. Next slide, please. This came to us from the board, one of the first tasks I had when I was hired on with the district almost 2 years ago, in coordination with the Airline Owners and Pilots Association, AOPA. We are using their high school STEM curriculum, which is a full 4-year build-out curriculum, resources, everything we need to be teaching these courses at the high school. This program through the AOPA is expanding like wildfire across the United States. Next slide, please. So this is how the sequence looks between grades 9 through 12. The students are together, grades 9, 10, and part of 11. Then they have the option to break off into drone or pilot tracks. Next slide, please. If they do go into the tracks, then drone will be FAA Part 107 certification. Pilot, they'll be able to get ready to be able to test if they have the requisite hours and pass the FAA medical exam to get their private pilot's license from the FAA. This is probably one of the best curriculums I've seen from an outside entity not affiliated with education. They brought teachers in to do this curriculum. It was structured out in 5E format. Aligns to Common Core as well as NGSS, FAA requirements, and ACS requirements. In the teacher presentations, there's videos and links, there's student activities, extensions, as well as the formative and summative assessments used in the classroom, quizzes, and then end of course and semester pre and post tests. Next slide, please. So the 2 tracks that will go pilot, again, will allow the private pilot, should the student qualify, have the required simulator hours, pass the physical exam for FAA regulations, and then drone, which I have a feeling a lot of ours will be going into. That's FAA Part 107. Basically, if they are 18, they can get their license, and they will be able to be employed on their own, own their own business, operating a drone. It's that easy. Anybody that is operating a drone for a commercial purpose, whether it's, all of our operators at Channel 4, they have to have their FAA Part 107. So they'll be in that league. They'll be able to own their own business. Next slide, please. At the same time, we've partnered with the Aerospace Center for Excellence, which is also working with the AOPA. We were one, I believe, of 5 or 6 districts across the country that were selected to beta test a middle school hands-on STEM aviation exploratory curriculum. It's in its first year. The purpose of this was to get students engaged in middle school, learning more about aviation, learning more about STEM in a hands-on way that's appealing to 8th graders. This will continue next year. There is a now year 2 of it for beta testing that we are looking at right now. I think this will be a good feeder into 9 through 12. So next slide, please. The other part of this is we've had a few initial conversations with Williams International on how this may look for an internship piece, especially getting into senior year. Williams International does jet engines for cruise missiles, small jet aircrafts. As we know, the need and demand for employees in this field is only going to grow. So we are having discussions with them about internships, and they've even went so far as to say if this lines out right, they will pay for certifications for these kids and hire them on and pay for them to get their certifications post-graduation. So there is a potential path. This is not technically one of the 2 paths that we have within the program, so that would be a third one we would have to create to meet the need of what Williams International would want. There would be some engineering courses in that, so some of that program would double into it, but that's in discussions with Williams about what they would need for these kids to go and work here at home. Next slide, please. So now I'll turn it over to Mr. Kaufman, and he will tell you about what's been going on inside the classroom for the first year.
Hello. Nice to see. Yeah, nice to see some familiar faces here. So, Raymond Kaufman, I graduated from the University of Michigan's College of Aerospace Engineering in 1987 and have been working in companies really like Automation Alley type companies. About the first quarter and last quarter of my career were in aerospace, and in the middle I was doing big automotive robotic assembly lines. So, yeah, if you go to the next slide, it's kind of strange how I came to this. So my son's a professional baseball player, and he had a bunch of equipment in the basement that had been gathering over the years. And I asked him what he wanted me to do with it, and he said donate it to the kids from Brother Rice, where he went to high school. And I said the kids at Brother Rice don't need it. I'll give it to Pontiac's team. So I started trying to find Pontiac's baseball coach, and I'm a little embarrassed to say I was surprised when I found out Pontiac didn't have a baseball team. So I started a foundation with the intent to bring baseball back to Pontiac. This was in November of 2023, and met Coach Covington, and he offered up a space that wasn't being used in the high school in the auxiliary gym. We put in a batting cage, indoor training facility, because one of the things I know about baseball, it's a really hard game and the kids need a place to train. So we started in the spring of 2024. We got that with many thanks to the people here in this room who helped support that. It's been awesome. I'm super excited because this weekend we have our first tournament with all Pontiac School District kids. So I'm trying to fill the gap between PAL and the high school, and it's all Pontiac school kids, and we're competing in a tournament in Royal Oak, and these kids came from the PAL League. We had 150 kids in the PAL League last summer, which was awesome. About 30 of them continued working out over the winter, and we pared it down to 15 within the geography of the Pontiac school, with the thought process being, a lot of these kids end up going other places if they have the possibility, but if we can keep this team together, they're going to be training in the high school, they're going to be learning to compete together, and they hopefully will be our first team here in a couple years. So I found out, I met Brian through Coach Covington, who said I found out about the program, and, my wife is still, she wasn't too excited about it at first, but she's seen how happy I've been this past year, so she's coming around a little bit. So. There you go. Yeah, so 37 years. Somebody asked me what the hardest part about teaching was, and I said for 37 years people have been paid to listen to me. So it's been a little bit different. So yeah, it's been a great year. Next slide. Showed up, never taught before, and had over 120 students the first day, and wasn't really sure what to do with that, but have kind of found my legs over time. The program has been incredible. A lot of hands-on activities. I've been able to teach a lot of engineering practices to the kids. I mean, I've found kids that if I was still in the engineering field, I would have hired them without a degree. They're very, very resilient, intelligent kids. We had, it's really a 4-year program, but we had kids across the entire, from 9th to 12th grade. So now that the seniors are gone, the class sizes have gotten a little bit smaller, and we've been able to spend a lot of time in the simulator room, flying planes. I actually had a youngster land on an aircraft carrier today. A Cessna 172. He had the skill that he's developed over the last 2 weeks to be able to land this thing on an aircraft carrier, which was pretty amazing. Really, let's see, we've got the middle school. Is that on the next slide? Okay, you can go to the next slide. So we've got the middle school program. So I have 4 classes at the high school in the morning. Then the afternoon I go over to the middle school, and I've had 2 groups of middle school kids. We actually, during testing at the middle school, they went to block schedule for a little bit, so I brought them over to the high school and got them working on the simulators, and they just loved it. So I really think that there's a lot of kids that I've had in my middle school classes that I expect to see, you know, asking their counselors to come into the school, into the class. And then also, you know, there's been a lot of real positive word of mouth through the school, and I've got kids coming in at lunchtime, you know, that aren't even in the class that are working on the simulator. So it's been really a good year, and looking forward to seeing where we can take it, and really next year really focusing on getting some of the kids to talk about, you know, the pathway, and I think that we're going to see some significant traction through the program, and see some kids that come out of this and really are able to achieve some success at it, because it's a great confidence builder for them, because they sit down in front of the simulator, don't think it's something they can do, but once they get the hang of it, they're like, boy, here's something super challenging that I can do. So it's been great, and I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah. So recruitment into the program, yeah, exactly. I think we're going to see a lot of middle school kids coming into it, and you know, I've got kids asking me how they can get into the program. So I think really, you know, if we focus a little bit next year in making sure that the kids who request it get into the class, because when I first started, I asked them why they chose to take the aerospace program. About 95% of them said, you know, they're there because they had to be. But I think after a few weeks, they're like, we're really glad I'm in here. So, yeah, is that it? Oh yeah, here's some pictures. So this is one of the classes I had starting out had out of 20 kids, 17 of them didn't speak English. So wow. I was up there lecturing, and I didn't, you know, I was just a brand new teacher. So it's like, okay, we're going to start doing some hands-on projects, and that what you see them working on was a balloon rocket program project where I had them compete who could lift the most paper clips to the ceiling. And that kid right there applied some principles of balance that were, I would say, like junior year of college. I mean, this kid, it was amazing what he was able to do when he understood where the friction in the system was coming from. But that was a really fun one. And then if you play the video there, you can see we designed some parachutes in conjunction with the Mars landing mission to see who could drop weight from we've got a second story, who could design the parachute that could get the most weight to the ground in the slowest amount of time. So we're able to use some mathematical principles and things like that. So wow. Yeah, it's been super fun, teaching them trigonometry through navigation and history through things like the Tuskegee Airmen. So it's fertile ground for history and science and mathematics, and all while they don't even realize they're getting peppered with it. So. Yeah, so I don't know, does anybody have any questions?
Comments?
Yes. We'll start with Trustee Dooley.
It's very promising that there is an anticipation for growth of an industry that extends far beyond the walls of the district. This is an example of preparing students to be a contributing, productive citizen. I'm so thankful that you took on the assignment.
So am I.
The fact that the district was chosen to participate is very encouraging, and I just want to say I commend the two of you. Keep up the good work.
Do my best.
Thank you. Trustee Miller?
Mr. Kaufman,
yes.
We met at the first parent-teacher conference. Of course.
Yes.
And I just want to say, you shared your story with me on what brought you to Pontiac, and we talked about aviation a little bit, and the same level of enthusiasm you had then when I met you, it was like October or something, is the same and more enthusiasm you have now for our students. And as a parent of a student that's in the program, I'm going to say thank you for what you've done, and I know that it's going to be continue to be successful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Gross?
Thank you. Mr. Kaufman, I appreciate you. I want to first of all give thanks to former Board Trustee Kraft for bringing this idea. And then Mr. Sherman, you just ran with it. And look what you've done. You brought someone in here that was not familiar with this area, but fell in love with this area. And even with his son being a professional baseball player, he didn't have to come here. He didn't have to do what you did. And because of what you've done, it shows what we can do in this district. And you guys have taken something, and this is why children get involved. It may be difficult, but you made it fun. And if it's something they like that's fun, they'll do it, no matter how difficult it is. And you've shown that. Thank you for your enthusiasm and what you're doing. Tell your wife thank you. That's number one. Glad you're here. And it's only getting better. And we appreciate your commitment in what you're doing because it shows in these children. And that's what we're here for. And Brother Sherman, you know how I feel about you, and thank you.
Thank you.
It's my guy.
All right, VP Bowman.
The level of excitement when you were speaking about the program, it just shines through, and I'm elated. You know, one of the things, I want to come and play on the little drone thing. I want to be a pilot. I'm going to be a pilot still yet, but it excites me to no end because our children have the opportunity to get from around here, get a different, this sets them right on the path as soon as they graduate to see the world in so many different facets. So this one, not that I don't applaud the rest of the CTE program, but the pilot and aviation drone, this one, yes. So thank you both for everything that you do, and I can't wait until we get our students to come and speak about it. That's when the real rubber meets the road. So thank you again.
Terry?
It's a height requirement. You're too tall.
Thank you, thank you so much for your commitment now to our students and just for coming and being willing to share your expertise with our students. I tell Brian all the time, the CTE program for this school district is our key to success. And this program, again, is an example of the offerings that we have for our students so that we know that they'll be successful when they graduate. So thank you for your commitment, and thank you, Brian, for all your work that you do with this program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very exciting, whether we're talking about, and we can see the growth and we can see the progress moving forward. So whether we're talking about our PCT, our patient care technician, whether we're talking about our firefighters academy, whether we're talking about our child care, everybody has, which is near and dear for me, whether we're talking about our aviation, or I know that Brian and I visited a place that had a very, very cool hospitality. So I'm really looking forward to talking more about hospitality and tourism. So the field is vast and wide, and as you heard from Mr. Kaufman, our students are very capable. They're excited. This is something that they can put their hands on, and they can move past their fears into great futures. Just a vast amount of opportunity. So looking forward to seeing how that progresses in the next few years. Okay, thank you.
All right, moving on down the agenda for, oh, yes, Trustee Dooley.
Can the board come over and play on those students?
Good questions.
They're very cool.
I like that. I didn't even think of that one myself.
Flying 10:30 to 12:30 Mondays.
What's the times again?
We're serious.
I'm serious. 10:30. I leave for the middle school around 12:30 to quarter to 1, but anytime between 10:30 and 12:30, I can help you learn. No problem.
We'll set it up and let you land in Honolulu.
Oh, all right. Thank you. All right, discussion items. Oakland Schools IGA for truancy. Shared Service Agreement. Dr. Leverett.
Thank you. At this time, I'll turn it over to Attorney Seegers. This is our Oakland Schools IGA for our truancy shared services.
Good evening. This is a IGA between Pontiac School District and Oakland Schools for truancy shared services. Chronic absenteeism and student truancy have become increasingly critical issues impacting student achievement, district accountability metrics, and long-term educational outcomes. The district recognizes that addressing these challenges requires a comprehensive, collaborative approach. Oakland Schools has established infrastructure and specialized staff, including truancy officers and data analysts, dedicated to reducing absenteeism and promoting student re-engagement. Through this partnership, the district gains access to a multi-tiered system of support that integrates legal, educational, and social service components aimed at both prevention and intervention. This collaboration aligns with the district's strategic goals related to equity, academic success, and family engagement. It is a recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the IGA for truancy services with Oakland Schools in the amount not to exceed $135,079 for fiscal years 2026 through 2028.
Thank you, Attorney Seegers.
Intergovernmental agreement.
All right. Trustee, question? Yes, Trustee Miller. You got a question?
Yeah, I do have a question. This, how long have we been in partnership with them?
I want to say since 2013, but maybe even before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a pop. Let's go back around.
Any other questions? Trustee Miller.
So if we've been using them for over 10 years, is there any absenteeism continues to be a problem, and we've been talking about it since forever, since I know Trustee Gross loves to talk about absenteeism. I guess my question is, no offense, what's the benefit of using the same program or a vendor if we're not seeing any favorable results for absenteeism for our students?
I don't, maybe Dr. Devison or maybe wants to handle that one? No.
It would be worse if we did.
I was trying to process your question. So as it relates to Oakland Schools, I know that they offer us truancy, but they also, without them, when we think about reporting with the court system, we would not have that as a service. So we would need to do some additional things. So it is of value. It may not be getting us 100% return, but it's definitely of a value.
Thank you. Did you want to tell me your statement? Okay. Any other questions? Okay.
So the cost that he spoke of, I think he said 100,000 something.
Yes, 135.
Does that, what's the difference in price for the three attendance officers that are proposed to be eliminated? What's their salary per? Can I get that information? Just a ballpark figure?
I do not know.
Just a ballpark figure?
Can you get that? We'll get that back to you,
Mr.
Trustee Dooley.
I can find out.
No. Can you restate your?
The dollar amount.
The dollar amount, $135,079. That's over a 3-year period. So, and there's a breakdown in the bear of $41,000 for year one, which is year 25-26, $44,000 for the second year, which is the 26-27, and $49,275 for the year 27-28.
Right. And we'll get that information back to you as it relates to the salaries. Any other questions?
Tanya?
Good evening.
It's important for the board to know that they serve two different purposes.
Oh, yeah.
So when you think about Oakland Schools,
So the public can hear you.
It's our department. The employees, so we do.
Didn't know I would be here tonight. Hi, everyone. Just to let you know that they serve two different purposes. So the attendance agents, actually agents, they're not truancy officers. So the truancy officers are housed at Oakland schools, and like Dr. Devison said, they're there for the court proceedings because the agents are not for that reason. There's also the truancy mediator that goes with the...
School truancy liaison.
Okay, thank you. Is that for the middle school, correct?
That is for the middle school.
Yes. And so that person, Miss Lisa, meets with the middle school students every other week. Those students that are maybe chronically absent to get them back in school. So Oakland schools, truancy liaisons, and the attendance agents, they do serve two totally different purposes. The attendance agents are here to build the relationships with our students along with the staff and the teachers to keep our students here. And the truancy officers at Oakland schools, we hope to never get to that point, but we do. That's when they step in when there's 20 or more absences. So I just wanted to make that clear for Trustee Dooley that it's two totally different things going on. And I don't know if Trustee Gross wants to talk more about it or not, but I'm going to go back to my seat.
If I may.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Hannah?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, as it pertains to Oakland schools, your truancy liaison, which is the position that I do, we meet with children only in middle school that has 10 absences or more. Once it reaches a certain threshold of days missed, that's when Oakland schools get involved with an agent, which is much different than the liaison. That agent then in turn works with the district along with the student services department to determine whether or not truancy shall be filed, as well as with the schools. And that's when Oakland schools take over and get involved when the courts get involved. Generally, once there's a specific amount of days that's missed, and the truancy officer from Oakland schools, that school determines that nothing else can be done but court involvement, and that's when the truancy is filed with the juvenile court system, and then it goes from there, and that's the involvement of Oakland schools. And the liaison program, that person meets with all of the middle schools within the district. Okay, so it's both ITA and the middle school when they reach a certain amount. So it's important. And again, I didn't want to sound sarcastic or facetious, but without this, and it's just my opinion, without this, that services will go away and it will be even more difficult to deal with attendance what we are now. Some changes are being made in both processes, but it's important that involvement is still there, and that's why. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you. Trustee Dooley.
So my question would be, what or whom is responsible to interact with the student prior to them reaching the absences that call for a truancy officer to be involved? What standards or what procedure policy already in place or what will be implemented to prevent our students for even having to get to that level?
As Tanya comes, I will say that we have policies and procedures in place, Trustee Dooley. We're going to look at this from a more intentional, holistic view because it's obvious that it is an ongoing problem and something within the system has been identified, and we need to take a deeper look into the attendance issues that we're facing as a district because it is very problematic.
So written in our policy, I believe I discussed it before, we have like 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 15, and so on. So the third and the fifth time of students being absent, the teachers, the counselors, the principals, we're asking them to take part in getting those students back to school. The attendance agents should not come into play till that 10th or more time.
15.
Yeah. Okay. And if we're not doing this together, by together I mean the teachers, the principals, the counselors, then it just makes the attendance agent job just that more hard. Because they're actually supposed to be reaching out. They're like the first line of defense. And another thing that the agents do too is that they gather, they're like the fact gatherers for the truancy officer, because if the truancy officers did not have the agents, they didn't want to have anything to take to court. So they're gathering information as far as like how many calls they've made, the home visits, the emails, the text, their attendance reports. They're pulling all those things together, giving it to the truancy officer so that they present those things in court. If they don't have those things put together properly, then guess what? She's not even going to court, Ms. Long, our truancy officer, because the judge is going to spit it right back out.
Okay.
So continuously asking everyone to have their hands on that student. And then the agents, when they get them to school, we need someone there to actually keep them there. If you just think back, some of you longer than others, of your favorite teacher in school and the ones that you cannot wait to get to school to see and sit in their class. We need more of that passion from everyone to, once they get them to school, to keep them there. Okay, so I'm going to go.
So my question would be, who's responsible for taking the data that's being collected by the teachers? Because let's just use high school. It was 6 classes. So there's 6 teachers that's presenting data for one student. What is the collective processing of that information? Who's responsible for gathering that data to make sure it's accurate and being reported by teachers?
The attendance agent. And I really meant to share how it's gathered. She is very, the high school agent, she is so detailed in her notes that you will just be in awe about the notes that she has. And she's talking to all the teachers. She's talking to the counselors. She's talking to the principals. Everyone that has their hands on their student, including the DHS workers, the social workers, the behavior specialists. Once she finds out what their barrier is and she's pulling information together, she's reaching out to those people to see how you could get the kids in school and keep them in school. So the attendance agents.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
am I missing something, that we are laying off our attendance agents? And you're saying they're going to compile this data? Did I miss something?
Those positions have been eliminated. Not trying to speak for Dr. Leverett, but those positions have been eliminated. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So do you have a question for Ms. Dixon?
I do. I want her to clarify, make sure we're on the same page. So, if I remember or recall, and I think this will answer her question. I'm asking you, am I on the right track, or am I talking to Dr. Deverson? Is there a person, I know that there's not a attendance person, not an agent, but if a parent's child is going to be absent that day, right? Who receives the call in elementary, middle school, and high school? And it's not the agent, but who's received that call?
So when a student is absent at the elementary, middle school, and high school, it's usually the administrative assistant, but they also have on each line, when you call, it'll say you can push this button for this.
Yes.
But normally it's the administrative assistant that receives those calls, and then the administrative assistant will let the teacher know and say it's excused, not excused. They are going to bring a doctor's a note from that sense.
So you say, okay, so that's where I'm going. And that's what will answer a question, because when someone is absent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, before you reach the 15, where the agent would get involved. The agents don't get involved until after 15 days missed. The school truancy liaison from Oakland schools don't get involved until after 10 days missed. But the question is, who tracks those days leading from 1 to 10 to 15? So you answer my question. So the answer to her question would be, the data that's collected would be when a child's parent, if my child is sick, hypothetically, and I call the school and that button saying, beep, for attendance, please hit number 2, right? Who answers the call at number 2?
It's usually the administrative assistant.
That's what, good. That's what I want to hear. So now, that administrative assistant supposed to track that. That's what I said. Supposed to track that information again, because once they track it, it's sent to the teacher saying this kid is not going to be in your class.
So it's a combination.
Okay.
It's the administrative assistant, it's the teacher, and then also the building administrator. As they're having that conversation around attendance, whether that's through the building turnaround network, they're often looking at attendance.
No, I agree. You're right. I do. But mine is, all I'm saying is, if a child is going to be absent that day.
Correct.
They hit the attendance.
Yes.
Someone has to document.
Correct.
And that would be that person who answers that message.
Administrative assistant or the teacher.
Or the teacher.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's how you get a that's the way it's supposed to go.
Yes.
Because that's how you track the numbers. You have to. And then, am I right? Okay.
Okay.
That pretty much. So now you.
All right, thank you. We're going to keep going on the agenda. Thank you, Ms. Dixon. That was it for that one. All right. Now, going down to the third, item C, PAL, Dr. Leverett.
No, this is technology services
Oh, I'm
first.
sorry. Oh, I had it in my hand.
All right.
All right.
This is the Oakland Schools Intergovernmental Agreement, IGA, for technology shared services. It presents a strategic opportunity for the district to enhance its technological capabilities while achieving operational efficiency and cost effectiveness. By signing this agreement, the district stands to benefit from a collaborative service model that leverages the expertise, infrastructure, and support mechanisms of Oakland schools to meet increasing demands for reliable, secure, and scalable technology solutions. The shared services approach frees up local resources, both financial and human, to focus more directly on student instruction and academic outcomes. With Oakland schools managing core technology infrastructure and support, the district can redirect its internal focus to strategic technology integration in classrooms and professional development for educators. Oakland Schools IGA for Technology Shared Services strengthens the district's technology infrastructure, reduces costs, enhances data security, and enables a stronger focus on teaching and learning. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the IGA for shared services, technology shared services with Oakland Schools in the amount not to exceed $4,632,497 for fiscal years 2026 through 2030. That's it.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions from the board? All right, thank you very much. Moving down to the next item, Dr. Leverett.
This is the proposed PAL after-school youth sports MOU. Attorney Seegers?
Yes, the Pontiac School District is committed to fostering the academic, social, and emotional development of all students, both during the school year and in the summer months. Engaging students in structured, positive activities during the summer is crucial to preventing learning loss, reducing youth involvement in high-risk behavior, and building strong community ties. In this context, the district has formed a valuable partnership with the Oakland County Sheriff Police Athletic League, PAL, program, a well-established initiative focused on youth development through sports, mentoring, and law enforcement engagement. This MOU will provide our elementary through sixth grade students with an opportunity to participate in 3 primary sports: soccer for success, baseball training, sports and conditioning, and summer league and track. All costs for this program are covered through sponsorship and donation, ensuring that every child will have no barriers to play. It is a recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the PAL after-school sports MOU that will expire on September 1 of 2025.
Thank you very much. Attorney Seegers, any questions? Trustee Miller?
I think this is a great opportunity, but I do have a few logistical questions. So I see here that these are during the summer months, and they go from 5 to 8, and they will also need access to the building, is what I read, correct?
Correct.
Have we secured staff in the summertime for availability for this program?
That I don't know. That's a Coach Covington question.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I would assume he has.
Okay, and my other question was page 92, number 5. It has some very specific agreements as a insurance policy for risk, and how we have to add them to that. Would that be an additional fee for that to be compliant with that, number 5?
No, we've, in fact, we've already added them previously.
Okay.
This agreement just grandfathers that clause in. Correct.
Thank you. Trustee Dooley?
So am I hearing that this will be no expense to the district?
Correct.
Thank you.
Any other questions, trustees?
Yes, just comment. As well as not only their involvement within the district, they also have a relationship with UWM. And so our kids are able to play there, and they've been playing for the last last year on Saturdays and all our kids. You should go there, and the little babies are having a good time with the soccer. And I don't think there's no charge with them as well. So it's good to see that. And I'm glad you stated aware about the buildings. That's something new. But we've been doing this partnership now for at least 2 years. See, at least 2 years, we agree?
Yeah, 2 years.
At least 2 years? And it's excellent. But I'm glad you saw that. But they're also using UWM where we can see them on Saturdays too. Thank you. Good job, Trustee Lowe.
All right, moving down to action items. Can I get a motion for the approval of the Oakland Schools IGA for truancy shared service agreement?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by Trustee Gross and supported by VP Bowman for the approval of the Oakland Schools IGA for truancy shared service agreement. Any questions?
I do.
Yes. Trustee Miller?
Just to be clear, they're like, would you compare it to like, not litigation, but like our representative for us when the child gets to over 20? Or do they like represent us automatically?
They go into court, in court.
But they don't do anything preventative. They just do it once we get to 20.
No.
No.
They do. They don't, yes, I'm glad, if I may. Doc?
Yes, please.
Yes. What happens is they do the best they can, even once they reach that threshold of truancy, and they try to do something to prevent them to go further. They meet with their parents, they go to the homes, they do the best they can. If it can, going to court as a probation officer, going to court was the last resort because we couldn't do anything else, and the kids continue to do so. Right now, things have really changed in the what do they call the attorneys? Prosecutor's office, because they're looking for a specific action and amount that the kids have missed before they even get involved and take them into intake to get them involved in juvenile court. So yes, Tracy does an excellent job. We try to prevent. We also utilize the youth assistant program when it comes to concerns with attendance. All these things are put in play before the final action of going to court. Okay. Yes, that's a good question. And everything is trying to be preventable. Just because it hits 25. 25 is a threshold that you can bring them to court. But Tracy works directly with that building supervisor or the principal to ensure that they prevent them from going further. If she don't see any progress, and then we have to take the drastic measure of school because nothing else has worked.
Okay.
Good question.
No, thank you for the clarification. Is that good?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
President Hannah,
Yes.
Trustee Miller,
Yes.
Trustee Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Dooley
No.
and Trustee Gross.
Yes.
That passes 6-1.
All right, thank you very much. Approval of the Oakland Schools IGA for Technology Shared Services Agreement. If I can get a motion.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by Trustee Gross, supported by Treasurer Terry, for the approval of the Oakland Schools IGA for Technology Shared Services Agreement. Any questions? Yes, Trustee Miller.
How beneficial has this partnership with them been? How long, you don't say that, but how beneficial has this partnership been for this program?
I believe we've had this since 2013, so that was my previous tenure here in the district. And from they do surveys quite often with our staff, and the feedback that we have received has been very positive. Yep.
Any other question? Trustee Dooley?
My memory doesn't serve me right now. Were we privy to this information at the retreat?
I think, is this what?
This was not presented at the retreat.
Oh, I don't know.
The IGA?
Thank you.
No, not the IGA, no.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Miller,
No.
Trustee Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Dooley,
No.
Trustee Gross,
Yes.
and I'm voting, oh, I'm sorry. President Hannah.
Yes.
And that passes 5-2.
All right. Thank you very much. Can I get a motion for the approval of PAL After School Youth Sports MOU?
Support.
All right, it's been moved by Trustee Dooley, supported by Trustee Gross, for the approval of the PAL After School Youth Sports MOU. Any questions? Roll call. Oh, sorry, did you have a question? Okay, roll call.
Oh, what's that? Who supported?
Gross, supported.
You said, oh.
Moved by
I said
Dooley
move, that's
and
Gross.
supported by Gross.
Treasurer Terry,
Yes.
Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Dooley,
Yes.
Trustee Gross,
Yes.
President Hannah,
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
That passes 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. Continuing on through the agenda, regular working agenda for Board of Education, discussion items, Neola policy updates, first reading, Attorney Seegers.
Sure. As we've had before, this evening we have some updates for our Neola policies. And just, I guess, for the public and for our new board members, we periodically get updates from Neola, which is our policy service company. And they make sure that we're compliant with any new legislation, either state level or federal level. I'll read the bear. School board policies serve as the foundational governance framework for district operations, ensuring consistency, legal compliance, and transparency in decision-making. The Neola Policy Service provides comprehensive, up-to-date policy recommendations that are aligned with federal and state laws, as well as best practices in education governance. As legislation and educational standards evolve, it is essential for the board to routinely review and revise its policies to maintain compliance and operational effectiveness. Neola's policy updates incorporate recent changes in state and federal laws, judicial decisions, and regulatory guidance. Updating the board's policies accordingly ensures that the district remains compliant with current legal mandates and reflective of sound educational practices. The Policy Committee and the administration have reviewed the proposed updates and are recommending that all of the proposed updates as listed below be adopted by the Board of Education with the noted modifications and option selections as presented to the Board of Education in final form this evening. It is a recommendation of the Policy Committee and administration that the Board of Education approve the following policy updates from Neola as presented, specifically number 0131.1, number 5320, number 5330.01, number 5350, number 8320, number 8510, and number 8640. And this is the first reading of these policies, and after the second reading, which will be at your next meeting, they will be approved.
Okay, thank you. Trustees, any questions regarding or comments regarding any of the policies that are updated? No? Okay, thank you very much. Next is the proposed amendments to the Oakland County School Board Association bylaws. Would that be you, Attorney
Want me to do that?
Seegers?
Okay.
Yes.
The Oakland County School Boards Association plays a crucial role in representing the collective interests of local school boards, promoting collaboration, professional development, and effective governance in Oakland County. The Board of Education's approval of the proposed bylaw amendments is essential to ensure that the Oakland County School Board Association remains responsive to evolving educational needs and governance best practices. The proposed amendments to the bylaws are a necessary step toward ensuring that the OCSBA continues to provide effective leadership, governance, and advocacy for member districts. By approving these changes, the Board of Education will contribute to strengthening the association's capacity to support the success of public education in Oakland County. It is a recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the proposed amendments to the Oakland County School Boards Association bylaws as presented this evening.
All right, thank you very much. I think we all received the email from Oakland Schools, and it allowed us to look at the corrections that they were making to the bylaws. A lot of them were grammatical, so I don't know if anyone has any questions regarding those updates. No? All right, thank you very much. And we will do, I'll go to the next item on the agenda, which we amended the agenda for board compensation. So during the month of March, 2 board members attended additional meetings that were necessary for the effective governance and oversight of district operations. At that time, these meetings exceeded the pre-established limit for compensated meetings. As a result, the trustees were not compensated. The board reviewed this policy, Policy 0144.1, and voted on April 7th, 2025, to increase the number of board meetings that trustees would be compensated for from 52 meetings to 75 meetings. To ensure fairness and to acknowledge the time and commitment board members have dedicated to the district, it is appropriate to retroactively compensate them for these March meetings. This compensation will be offset by deducting the number of reimbursed March meetings from the remaining number of compensated meetings available to each trustee as of date. This approach maintains fiscal responsibility while recognizing the value of board service. It is the recommendation that the Board of Education approve compensation for trustees for meetings attended during the month of March that were not previously compensated. This approval is made with the understanding that the number of meetings paid in March will be deducted from the remaining number of compensated meetings available to the trustees as of this date. Any questions? Comment. Trustee Dooley.
I just want everyone to be clear that the 2 that are in question, they did the work. And after lengthy discussion at the retreat, it was, I think, unanimously decided that it's only fair to compensate them. So I don't want the public or anyone else to think that anything extra was done or we increased anything and we went anything other than what it is. These persons performed the duties, they didn't complain, and they kept going. I think we're almost 2 months out of giving them any compensation, so I just want that clear. They are worthy of their hire. They put the work in.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Trustee Miller.
I just would like to, in the future for the board, for if we could possibly at the end of the year, create a tentative calendar of dates of meetings that we know we have to have, like policy meetings and, Yes. And which, of course, we can modify throughout the years, but that will give us a good idea of roughly right now, minimally we need this many, not including the whatever we need to add on to it. But I would like for us to see, for us to get that. It would be helpful for the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I want the public and everyone else also to know that we are still not going back to being paid for closed sessions. So make sure, we're trying to balance, and I'm trying to remain to my 7,617 voters, the transparency and accountability to you. So I just want you to know, nothing's funny taking place. This is totally legit. It was in the logistics, as Trustee Miller just stated. We're going to try to come up with some kind of template where we'll do better accounting of the meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, hearing none, I will go down to action items. If I can get a motion for the approval of the proposed amendments to the Oakland County School Boards Association bylaws.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by Trustee Dooley, supported by VP Bowman, for the approval of the proposed amendments to the Oakland County School Boards Association bylaws. Any questions? Roll call.
VP Bowman?
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Dooley?
Yes.
Trustee Grouse?
Yes.
President Hannah?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
Treasurer Terry?
Yes.
That passes 7-0.
All right, thank you. Next item of action, board compensation. If I could get a motion, please.
So moved.
Support. It's been moved by VP Bowman, supported by Trustee Dooley for the board compensation. Any questions? Roll call, please.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Dooley?
Yes.
Trustee Gross?
Yes.
President Hannah?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
Treasurer Terry?
No.
VP Bowman?
Yes.
That passes 6-1.
All right, thank you very much. Continuing down the agenda for General Counsel Human Resource items, new position apprenticeship. Dr. Leverett.
Thank you. At this time, I'll turn it over to Mrs. Smith.
Good evening. The role of the apprentice teacher is to learn how to become an effective teacher while working directly with students and a mentor teacher to help provide high-quality, mission-aligned education for students. Apprentice teachers are enrolled in coursework with the leading education preparation provider, leading to Michigan teacher certification. The role is for one full school year, upon which, with the satisfactory completion of the registered apprentice, passage of the relevant Michigan teacher certification test, and completion of required EPP coursework, the apprentice teacher would be eligible to become a full-time certified teacher of record. The apprentice teacher candidate will be employed for the 25-26 school year. The candidate will be a full-time employee of the Pontiac School District and report to the building principal. The salary for this position will be benchmarked at 80% of the district's starting teacher salary. The district will also offer standard benefits and leave time. And expenses incurred by the district will be reimbursed twice yearly by the Talent Together program. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education discuss and approve the new job posting of the apprentice teacher position for the 25-26 school year.
Thank you very much. Trustees, questions? Yes, Trustee Dooley.
Ashley, if this is an inappropriate question, don't respond. What is the price for the 80%?
So currently, based on our teacher's base salary, it would be about $37,959, but we are in negotiation, so that may increase depending on what we end up with our teacher salaries.
And then you talked about some expenses being reimbursed. What type of expenses? Is that like we're doing tuition reimbursement?
No, the expenses for the salary, insurance, any sick time will be reimbursed to the district. So essentially, this will be no cost to the district once we reimburse for the funds that we put forth.
Do we have a grant or some money that came through for this?
Talent Together is the program that we're in partnership with for this. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, Trustee Miller.
Are we guaranteeing them employment once they complete their certification?
That is our goal, but it also depends on what positions we have available.
Okay.
But our goal is for them to remain with the district, yes.
Okay. So there's no language that say, you know how like if you go to be a EMT and they pay for it, then you have to contractually work for them for 2 years before you can go to another township or whatever.
I'll see if something is in place, but essentially the district isn't covering the cost. Talent Together is, but our goal is for them to remain employed with the district. It just depends on, again, what positions we have available, if we're able to add more positions for that following school year.
Legally, are we able to put some type of obligation that they have to render because at least another 2 years of service? Because we're essentially helping them, because with this type of program, that student teacher, they're still going to be getting paid. So is there any kind of way, and you may not know right now, let me know later, that we look at, I guess I want us to kind of, if I can use, protect ourselves or ensure that we're creating a base of teachers.
So I will say for like the Grow Your Own program, because the district directly receive those funds. The grants department is overseeing those, and this is just the second program. The Grow Your Own program has some language that teachers will commit to remaining with the district in some sort. But again, with this Talent Together program, I'm not 100% sure that that's something we can do. I'll check into it, but I get where you're going.
Ashley, I do have a question. Who would be an ideal candidate for an apprentice teacher?
So someone that's in that EPP program and they're at the point where they can do the apprenticeship. So this may be like year 2 or 3 that they are in this program, and now that they will be eligible for the apprentice teacher. They're close enough that they will probably be graduating by the end of next school year.
Okay. Is it just one position?
For now, it's one. We do have other candidates, and this may be something else in the future that we have more candidates, but we just have one in mind right now for this position.
Okay.
I have a question.
Thank you.
How much money would, restate the question. How much money has been allocated to provide for how many teachers? Is it just the one from the people?
So Talent Together, we have a total of 7 that will be in the program. I'm not sure how much on Talent Together's end they have funding for, but I know the district is partnering with them for 7 teachers so far. And then the application process will probably open up again for the next cohort, and interested parties are able to apply. So that number may increase for the next school year.
So would that be like a distribution of 50% for the district and then the other 50 taken up? What's the percentage, if you even know?
For the cost?
Yes.
So the district will be reimbursed 100% of whatever expenses we can, yes. At the end of first semester, we'll be able to send them an invoice for any expenses, and then at the end of the next school year in June, we'll be able to send a second invoice to be reimbursed for all expenses.
I have just a little, so you have one candidate, but do you have a procedure? Say, for instance, hypothetically, you have 7 in there and you have 15 people that apply. Do we have a procedure or policy in place that would distinguish who would get it? Also, if not, as Dr. Jefferson and her team develops it, I would like to suggest that they teach a lesson. And put it on tape, because I would like to review it as a former educator.
So this apprentice teacher will collaborate with the teacher for the entire school year. So the goal is by the end of the school year that they would be teaching the class in partnership with that teacher that they're assigned to, so that they will be doing lessons for the class.
I would like it on the onset. So hypothetically, if I'm making an application, that would be part of the application process, that I have to demonstrate teaching a lesson that's being videoed. So because we have oversight, and as we move forward, the group, my colleagues on the board, I will be sharing some things that they need to look for with best practices that gives qualities and attributes that a teacher must have.
Are you saying for the apprentice teacher position?
Yes.
So this position, the candidates are recommended by Talent Together. They've already been in that program for at least a year or 2, and this is the final step in order for them to receive their teaching certificate.
And I still would like to see a lesson if at all possible. No big deal, but I would like to see.
Thank you very much, Ashley. All right, any other questions? Moving on down to approval of new position. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved by VP Bowman, supported by Trustee Gross, for the approval of the new position, apprentice teacher. Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Dooley?
Yes.
Trustee Gross?
Yes.
President Hannah?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
Treasurer Terry?
Yes.
VP Bowman?
Yes.
And I'm voting yes. That passes 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. All right, moving down the agenda to the good part that I know y'all like, the communications, petitions, and delegations.
Yes.
We do have one.
Pontiac Board of Education, Communications, Delegations, and Petitions. Your request to address the Pontiac Board of Education for 3 minutes is granted with your commitment that all of your comments will be delivered with courtesy and civility. Failure to do so will result in forfeiture of your allotted time. Mr. David Stimmich. And it's about gun safety.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, sir. Welcome back.
It's good to see you guys. My name is David Stimmich. I am organizer manager at Oakland Ford, but I stand before you today on behalf of End Gun Violence Michigan. I'm a volunteer with them, and they brought a concern to me that I know that would be great for the Pontiac School District. They did pass a law in 2024 that we are required to inform schools to let parents know about gun safety. But really quick, it was some numbers that I saw that I didn't even realize that I think is important to highlight. So the leading cause of death among children and teens in Michigan are guns. It's about 1,500 people that die in Michigan by guns. About 3,000 of them are wounded by guns in Michigan. About 40% of Michigan households have at least one gun. And when they asked me to come volunteer and they said, how do you feel like the district will receive it? I automatically assumed, because I was born and raised here, that I don't think it's no parent that would say no to safety when it comes to protecting their children. But I also think making it easier for parents to access gun safety locks within schools is something that we should partner with and maybe have further conversations. And I also have a box of gun locks at my office that we could collaborate on to give out. So I just wanted to highlight that. I don't know if that's something that was on the to-do list or something that we've talked about before and I've just missed it. But when it got brought to me, I was like, absolutely, I think it'd be a great idea to just highlight it again. Anything we can make our kids more safe, I think we should do. Yeah.
Thank you.
I know we don't comment on that. No.
During your comments. All right, thank you, Mr. Stimmich. All right. Board comments and announcements. We'll start over here with Trustee Miller.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to my fellow board members here. Thank you for, I'm just excited. Thank you for a great meeting tonight. I hope everyone else enjoyed it as well. I am super excited for this week. Tomorrow is prom for our seniors, and Thursday is graduation for our seniors here in Pontiac, and I am just overcome with joy to be able to participate and witness our students beginning the next stage of their life. And I'm just still thankful to be in this position to be able to participate in that. That's all I got today. Thank you and have a great night.
Thank you. Secretary Davis Smith.
I just wanted to congratulate our students again. They did an excellent job with the boys basketball team and the girls soccer, and also stamp. That was very impressive. I also wanted to congratulate Mrs. Carmen Guzman again. She is a jewel. I really do appreciate everything that she does in our district. And the other thing was, I received a phone call today before our meeting stating that we have the funds for our students to go to Washington, D.C. So 30 of our kids will be going to Washington, D.C. And I just wanted to thank our community, our board, and everyone who has donated to our kids, because I really want them to see something more than just Pontiac, and to get them excited about their future and learning new and adventurous things. So, because I remember my Washington, D.C. trip. But thank you guys again. The summer is coming up, everybody, so remember to continue to read to your young kids, play school, and make things fun, and have a good night and be safe, everyone.
Thank you very much. Trustee Dooley?
I too extend well, first of all, good evening.
Good evening.
And then I too extend congratulations to the students that were recognized for their outstanding sports performance. Special shout out to that 8th grade basketball team, the boys basketball team, undefeated, to the girls soccer team that did an exceptional job, as well as the STAMP program. We also take the time to salute and recognize the 2025 Support Person of the Year in the person of Carmen Guzman. So I had an opportunity last week to share space with various department heads, some of whom I have developed long-lasting relationships, and others I welcome developing relationships and establishing rapport. I'm happy to report that the board retreat, in my opinion, was successful.
Yes.
With the exception of the budget. We are beginning to move collectively as the elected officials to provide oversight for the Board of Education. I am encouraged and confident that we will achieve and only engage in those ideals, best practices, decisions by employing data that will drive and support academic achievement and success for all our students. Special shout out to some programs that were mentioned, the aviation program, as well as that apprentice teacher program. These are just a few examples that legitimize that we're all educational stakeholders and we all support academic achievement. I see us moving forward together. That retreat allowed some time for us to kind of be personal, and you have to learn people's personality. And then you can move forward sometime, and you eliminate a lot of obstacles. So I believe we accomplished much at the board retreat. I want to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to work with each and every one of you that's around the diocese. And with that, I say, nope, got one more thing, I'm sorry. Ooh, I've been in trouble. So, Point of Hope, 25 years, it's time. On Saturday, June 7th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 313 West Walton Boulevard, that's New Mount Moriah Missionary International Church, where Bishop William H. Murphy and Lady Elder Donna are our pastors. Everything is free for the community. They will be giving out groceries, bikes, clothing, food and fun, and they're going to have some contests. So we invite each and every one of you, and I do know Harrington is also holding something over at Alcott that same day. So I don't have all that, but I just want you to be aware. Come over to New Mount Moriah for the Point of Hope from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I look to see you there. And with that, Godspeed.
Thank you very much, Trustee Gross.
Thank you. I'm glad you did that because she sent it to me and you. So you got it out, and that's an excellent event. Good evening, all, and thank you. And I'll be brief. Tonight was great in every aspect, and including definitely how we recognize our children and our staff. Let's continue to do so. SF&E, thank you for how you've changed and turned some things around. We see some improvement there. And if you can get a thank you from Trustee Shaquanda Davis Smith, you have done an excellent job when it pertains to food service. She's been with them now. I say no, she's been on them now for the last 4 years, but job well done. I want to thank the school district, Dr. Leverett and your team for your ad you put into the ad book of the greatest fraternity in the world, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, the Omicron Alpha Alpha chapter here in Pontiac, where actually today, May 19th, we celebrate 45 years. And what an excellent event on Saturday. And then we all went together, and we actually had 6 charter members that came in and celebrated with us.
Oh, nice.
So what a great time. And all the various chapters around the state of Michigan came in. Thank you for that ad. We also celebrated church with them at Shiloh yesterday. I want to send out a birthday wish to my sister-in-law happy heavenly birthday to my mother-in-law. The two of them shared the same birthday, which is today. She doesn't know this, but I want to say happy birthday to my friend, Miss Tanya Dixon, who will be 27 years old tomorrow. And it's her it'll be her birthday tomorrow. She thought I forgot, and I didn't. And I commend you the fine job you're doing. This has been excellent. And lastly, we get together on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Big day, right? Fruit of the labor, right? Everything we work for at this table, outside of this table, we see it Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So be on time. Be there. We're at Oakland University. Graduation starts at 6 o'clock, right, Ms. Wright? Thank you. We're there at 6 o'clock, so let's have a good time. So proud of our students and what they're doing. And my hopes and prayers are, at the discussion we had at the board retreat, we can now start thinking about bringing it in-house.
Yes.
So we're ready. We'll have everything ready. So we're ready. We'll bring it in-house. So I appreciate all of you. And again, my colleagues, thank you for your support. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Bless you. Appreciate you. Good night.
All right, thank you. Treasurer Terry.
All right, good evening. My trustees pretty much said it all, so I'm just going to be short. Congratulations again to all of our awardees and recognitions today. Excellent, always good to see that positive going through the school district and the students and just being so wonderful and keeping their academics and grades up and everything else. So it's always positive to have that. So continue to push forward with that as well. Good presentations from everyone I've seen tonight. I appreciate all of that and the information as well. And I think on a side note, just another follow-up reminder, because I know we don't have a meeting next Monday, but just Accent Pontiac, the end of the year showcase, just another reminder for that. That's Thursday, May 29th at 5:30 p.m. I'm going to be over at the Oakland History Center. So if you get a chance, come on out there and support the kids. Also, they're still doing their Birdies and Beats this year. Little golf outing, charity golf outing that they're doing, fundraiser as well. All the funds go to help support Accent Pontiac. That will be on June 13th of 2025. You can get more information also from their website, and feel free to join on Facebook as well. I think that's it for tonight. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. VP Bowman.
Good evening. This was a wonderful meeting, and I'm so grateful for the Pontiac School District family. It's like when we show up, we show out. So this has been an excellent meeting. Congratulations to our youth who excel in sports and also with the biliteracy program. Excellent. And one last thing. Please support the brilliant Pontiac Literacy House located at 135 Perkins Street, former home of Maddie McKinney Hatchett. There's daily programs at the Literacy House. Monday, they have, I'm not going to go through everything, but they have a walking club on Tuesday, play and learn. Wednesday, give back to Pontiac. Thursday, there's a raising a reader. So there's different programs throughout the day. Please tap in, and you all have any questions to in regards to that program. The phone number is 248-462-7353. Again, that's 248-462-7353. This was a great meeting, and good night.
All right. Thank you, VP Bowman. Again, I don't want to reiterate everything, but I do want to just say a special thank you to our coaches and the athletic teams for the great success this school year. We're definitely looking for you to do it again, and I'm happy that those middle school boys are all now going to 9th grade. So we're expecting big things from them for their freshman year. Also, just want to say thank you to Ms. Carmen for all the work that she does, her dedication to this district. It shows, her passion shows through her work. So thank you, Dr. Alicia, for what you do with her, but we really do wrap our arms around Ms. Carmen. Prom and graduation, that's right. It's like, this is the end of the year. This is what we worked all year for to get to this. So that same excitement that the students have, I know our teachers and administration have that excitement too, because it means we're almost done for this school year. So congratulations to the class of 2025. We look forward to celebrating with you on Thursday, and just hearing the accolades and just sharing with your families as well. I want to share a special thank you to the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha and the men of Kappa Alpha Psi. I had an opportunity to share with them today as they volunteered at Owen Elementary School. They pass out bags for our students. They usually get them on Friday. It's similar to the Blessings in a Bag program that I know used to take place, but it's the same. In essence, it's the same thing. But I just wanted to thank those organizations for supporting our school district and just for being there for our students. They really appreciate the content that you provided in those bags. So thank you, Ms. Keisha Davis, for what you're doing, and thank you, Dr. Kavanaugh, for opening your arms and your school to those organizations. Brilliant Pontiac, thank you, VP Bowman, for lifting that. That is a great initiative here in the city of Pontiac. I think we may have talked about it before or maybe not. Brilliant Pontiac is a literacy house that is now hosted in Maddie Hatch's home, which now belongs to Brilliant Pontiac, and it services students and families with young ones from 0 to 8 years old. So if the community will stop by and get involved in some of the programs they have to offer. Our hope is that we can extend Pontiac community to having more than one literacy house. But for now, we're grateful, and it seemed like a divine connection to have this first literacy home being that of Maddie Hatchett. So we want to let you know to stop by, take a look at the activities that they have, and I know they have a great calendar planned for the summer. Thank you, Ms. Rush. You did it. You said you were going to do it, and I thank you for your dedication and your commitment to making this happen for our students. And also thank you, as Secretary David Smith said, to all those that donated and contributed to make sure that our students were able to attend the Washington, D.C. trip. So with that, I just say thank you again. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Support.
All right, it's been moved by Trustee Dooley and supported by, who supported it? VP Bowman, to adjourn our meeting. Any questions? Roll call.
Trustee Gross,
Absolutely. Yes.
President Hannah,
Yes.
Trustee Miller,
Yes.
Treasurer Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
I'm voting yes, and Trustee Dooley.
Yes.
That passes 7-0.
Thank you. The time is now 8:07 p.m. and our meeting is adjourned. Have a good night.
Look.